Some of you may not have realized you're not part of the club either.
And tonight, we are learning it may be tied to alarming allegations.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. Puffy's place was like just filled.
My dividends be the new Benjamin. Shapes of all complexions, I like cinnamon. Maybe got some girls over the way cinnamon. Come on, what you waiting for? Let the freak show begin. How they came in a struggle, I puff it.
Jennifer Lopez has called it quits with Ben Affleck, just another one of her many exes. Now, she's in the middle of fresh drama, this time involving Diddy, and even Beyoncé and Jay-Z are somehow part of it. And yes, it's all tied to a lawsuit. Honestly, is there anyone in Hollywood who can stay out of trouble?
Well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. He was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed his and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on.
Yeah, no doubt. Those are great words. I feel when I'm listening to you because I've known you for such a long time, and I feel the Lord speaking through you when you speak nowadays. And your words really mean a lot. And shout out to the healthcare workers. Shout out to you and Haley.
Let's be real. There's something about a P. Diddy party that transforms even the most straight-laced guys into someone you wouldn't recognize. The cocktails, the vibe. It's like stepping into a fever dream. And honestly, does anyone really know what they're in for when they show up? Imagine a mansion where every room has something stranger happening than the last, almost like a never-ending maze of drama and top-shelf booze. 1 minute you're in one scene, then you look over, and there's a whole other party unfolding somewhere else. Meanwhile, Rick Ross and Diddy are just strolling through like it's an average Saturday.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
The way she's handled it, she's been such a compassionate person, it made me cry like twice. And then he's going to be a mentor on the show. So he said he's going to be the one to show the kids how to do it.
Right.
Do you have any advice for him to come on?
No, I mean, he knows what he's doing. I don't have really anything. No advice for him.
No advice.
The Diddy lawsuit situation? It's about as messy as it gets. Jennifer Lopez, who has always kept a polished image on the red carpet, is now unexpectedly caught up in this legal drama. Somehow, her name's being linked to accusations against Diddy involving some eyebrow-raising behavior and claims that'll make anyone do a double take. Surprised to see j.lo's name mixed in with lawsuits. So, are we? But here we are.
Who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are.
Rumor has it that back in the day, j.lo was standing firmly by Diddy's side, even as he started making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Diddy, or whatever name he's going by now, is no stranger to drama. His dating history reads more like a warning than a love story, and now he's facing serious accusations involving his record label president and, shockingly, underage girls. It's like a dark, twisted Lifetime movie. Diddy's official response: he's calling it a cash grab, another desperate attempt to bring him down. His PR team seems to be working from the same crisis playbook, brushing off the claims as just another shakedown. But this time he's deeper. Accusers are sharing painful details of how their lives changed from one night in a New York studio. These mansion parties have become a hotbed for scandal. Word is, Diddy was allegedly running his own twisted operation involving friends bringing in substances and entertainment of another kind. Add Cuba Gooding Jr. to the mix and you've got yourself a scandal that's way too Hollywood for all the wrong reasons.
Also accusing actor Cuba Gooding Jr. His producer filed the original lawsuit last month, accusing Combs of forcing him to find sex workers and pressuring him into doing sexual things with them. Now, he's saying Gooding groped and fondled him while they were on Combs' yacht.
Jennifer stuck by Diddy through a lot, but let's face it, he wasn't exactly Prince Charming. Even when they worked together, Diddy's behavior was questionable. He was reportedly so fixated on his ex, Kim Porter, that he'd have someone follow her around town. Not exactly healthy, right? And just when you thought things couldn't get stranger, here comes the fallout. Remember that video? The one that supposedly showed something pretty incriminating. People are wondering what happened to it. Did it vanish like so many other Hollywood secrets, or is it sitting on someone's hard drive, ready to resurface at the right moment? Rumor has it the footage was taken without the woman's consent and may have been passed around to some shady individuals. And it's not just the lawsuit stirring up trouble. There's buzz coming from behind the scenes too.
For those of you who don't know, I was on a show called I Want to Work for Diddy in 2008, and I was the first trans person to be on a competition reality show, and it's because of you. And that meant so much to the trans community. I didn't win, actually. I was eliminated after 6 episodes, but honey, we're at the Oscars now, and I won.
Yeah, you won.
I won. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And there's more. Enter Crystal McKinney, a former model who says Diddy ruined her career after she rejected his advances. It's the classic Hollywood story. Powerful figure tries to control, and when turned down, retaliates. After saying no to one of the industry's untouchable figures, McKinney claims the whole industry turned its back on her. Now, she's ready to tell her story, one that sounds all too familiar. Sadly, Hollywood has a long history of treating women this way, and it seems like nothing's really changed.
Why do you think? Why do you think your pops is a global icon?
He's the best to ever do it. Period.
Yeah.
But that's for sure.
Diddy, you over there with my ET cards looking like you about to take my job.
No. They ain't all your cards. But tonight was special because backstage we was like, we're gonna do this one for his mother. This is the first one we did for his moms. We was thinking about her. It was like, this was always a dream of hers that we'd be on stage together, like in a big way in such a global televised event. And I'm proud of you, boy.
But let's not pretend it's just women who got tangled in Diddy's web of dissection. His former producer, Rodney Jones, has been dropping some serious accusations involving substances and coerced favors. It's like Diddy was the puppet master, pulling strings behind the scenes. Now, instead of whispers in dark corners, these stories are out in the open, and even Usher's name is in the mix. Apparently, things once got so messy it ended with a hospital visit. But of course, the spin is that everything's cool now, and Diddy supposedly taught him everything. Trying to unravel this chaos is like untangling headphones after they've been jumbled in a bag. Fast forward to today, and Diddy's sitting in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Essentially, hell on earth. Think of it as karma finally cashing in after decades. He's now in with the likes of R. Kelly and other notorious detainees, in a place plagued with stabbings, suicides, and awful conditions. This is where the king of mansion parties finds himself, while Jennifer, despite her past loyalty, has managed to stay out of the fray. Jennifer's managed to steer clear of this whole mess, mostly. Sure, she's had her own romantic dramas. Looking at you, Ben Affleck. But at least she's not the one facing a lawsuit right now. Honestly, it's an achievement in Hollywood to dodge legal trouble without needing a team of lawyers on speed dial. Meanwhile, everyone's buzzing about what might be on those tapes and videos. What secrets do they hold? Who else could be tangled up in this? Even the Kardashians have been mentioned, with rumors of documents and footage. Because, at this point, would we really be shocked? It's like a game of rich people scrambling over who has the most dirt on whom, turning into a soap opera with scandal at every corner. And then there's talk about those infamous parties where you might find yourself in unexpected situations as the night goes on. Let's just say they weren't playing innocent party games. Allegations are flying, and the accusations are coming fast, with whispers of something on an Epstein level. Hints of darker truths are swirling around, and if even half of them are accurate, This could be a huge mess. Whether Jennifer wants any part of this or not, her name is attached, at least in the gossip headlines, because let's face it, who doesn't love a scandal? There's nothing quite as captivating as watching the rich and famous tumble from their pedestal. Now, imagine stepping into one of these infamous mansion parties. Picture a lavish estate filled with high-end decor, champagne towers, and a who's who of Hollywood's most controversial figures. You walk in and are greeted by celebrities acting like they're living the dream, but behind the scenes, it's a whole other story. In one room, a rap battle with top artists is going down, and in another, things get a lot more chaotic. Rumors circulate about substances being passed around like party favors, with people losing themselves in the moment. These gatherings would make the Roman emperors look tame. It's almost a rite of passage for the elite, a place where the rules barely exist and boundaries are looser than ever. And it's not just the substances raising eyebrows, it's the behavior that follows. One moment, someone's dancing, and the next, who knows what's happening? It's a world where the rich and famous seem to have forgotten what normal even is. At these parties, things can escalate quickly. 1 minute, friends are hanging out, and the next, they're making out with strangers in the corners, with cameras capturing every moment. But let's not kid ourselves. These aren't just innocent party games. Some of these white parties come with a set of unspoken rules that would make even the most experienced partygoer uncomfortable, that are a breeding ground for scandal, manipulation, and just plain bad decisions. So, where does Jennifer Lopez fit into all of this? Well, back in the early 2000s, she stood by Diddy, even when the world was questioning him. Maybe back then, she was just naive or genuinely believed in him. Let's be real. She was at the top of her game with hit songs, blockbuster movies, and Diddy by her side. But the Diddy she defended then is not so different from the one in the hot seat now. Drama has always followed him, whether it was the nightclub shootout or his treatment of exes. Diddy's life has never been without controversy, and Kim Porter, his ex, was often at the center of it all. There were whispers that Diddy was more than just possessive, he was controlling. People close to Kim said she had someone watching her every move, almost as if she wasn't allowed to have a life of her own. And let's not forget, just before Kim's tragic passing, she was reportedly working on a tell-all book about her time with Diddy. That's a coincidence that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Now, there's that mystery video, which adds another layer to this whole mess. Some say it's the kind of footage that could destroy careers if it ever saw the light of day. If that tape were leaked, it could not only implicate Diddy, but it could take down a whole lot of other high-profile names along with him. Exactly, the video and all the whispers surrounding it are likely why people are scrambling to either find it or bury it, because the secrets it could expose are ones that could unravel careers, especially in an industry known for protecting its most powerful figures. If it really does involve someone who never consented, it's a scandal that can't simply be swept away or explained away with a typical PR spin. It would be too damning, and everyone from Hollywood execs to the celebrities involved likely knows the weight of what's at stake. Then there's Crystal McKenna's story, which shows just how ruthless Diddy could be when he didn't get his way. When she turned him down, her career was over. It's the classic tale of a powerful man in Hollywood using his influence to destroy someone's life when they don't comply with his desires. Unfortunately, this kind of toxic culture where women are punished for saying no has been allowed to thrive in the industry for decades, and Crystal's story is just one of many. It's not just her. Others have spoken out, each adding to the growing pile of accusations that Diddy isn't the innocent figure he often presents himself to be. As for Usher, his name being linked to all of this shouldn't come as a surprise, considering his history with Diddy. Usher was practically a prodige when he was just a teenager, and while both claim it was all about music and learning the ropes, there are subtle hints from Usher himself that suggest their relationship wasn't as innocent as it seems. Usher has alluded to questionable experiences during that time, experiences that, given Diddy's track record, are easy to imagine as part of the larger picture of manipulation and control. The truth might be murkier than we've been led to believe. It's hard to ignore the fact that not all of Diddy's experiences have been positive. The hospital visit just adds another layer of uncertainty to the story. Whatever happened, it wasn't a simple falling out. And now we find Diddy in a very different situation. He's sitting in Brooklyn's NBC, a long way from the lavish homes and yachts he once enjoyed. It almost feels like a twist of fate. The man who threw million-dollar parties is now dealing with the tough reality of jail life. While some might feel he brought this on himself, it's hard to forget that his family is suffering too. Diddy's children, from toddlers to adults, are left to pick up the pieces. He's not just a mogul, they're his kids, and seeing him go through this must be heartbreaking. 4 of his children are without either parent. Their mother, Kim Porter, is gone, and now their dad is behind bars. His older kids are doing their best to support him by attending court hearings, but you can only imagine the emotional toll. They understand the situation and are facing the headlines and rumors. For the younger children, it's a confusing and scary time. They don't fully understand the legal system. All they know is that their dad is gone, and they don't know when or if he's coming back. And of course, the Kardashians are back in the spotlight, this time tangled up with Diddy. This goes way back to their party days, where the Kardashians were regulars at his wild, over-the-top events. Those infamous parties were more than just scandalous. They became legendary for their excessive, no-holds-barred vibe. Khloe Kardashian once shared a story on Asterisk, keeping up with the Kardashians Asterisk, about a wild night at one of Diddy's infamous parties. She made it clear that these events were more than just champagne and celebrity chatter. There was no real dress code, if you know what I mean. It wasn't just Khloe, though. The whole Kardashian family was often seen at Diddy's parties, including his birthday bashes and high-profile events. In 2019, they'd even attended his star-studded 50th birthday party, which looked more like an awards show red carpet than a private gathering. But now, things have taken a darker turn. Recent documents have surfaced that allegedly link the Kardashians to Diddy's ongoing legal troubles. Diddy is facing serious charges, including racketeering and trafficking, and it seems the Kardashians' past attendance at his parties could tie them to these issues. There's speculation that some of the parties weren't as innocent as they seemed, and the Kardashians might have unknowingly gotten involved in something much bigger. Kris Jenner, the family matriarch, is reportedly panicking over the situation. There are rumors that some incriminating footage or documents might exist, and Kris is working hard to protect the family's image. Corey Gamble, Kris's boyfriend, who has long had ties to Diddy, is also caught up in the drama, with some conspiracy theories suggesting he might be more involved than previously thought. The situation has created tension within the Kardashian family. For example, Kourtney Kardashian and her husband, Travis Barker, are reportedly at odds over how to handle the situation. Kourtney wanted to reach out to support Justin Bieber, who was also connected to Diddy during the party days, but Travis wasn't on board. The link between Justin Bieber, Diddy, and the Kardashians just adds another layer to the drama, as everyone who was involved in these parties seems to be scrambling to distance themselves from the fallout. Kim Kardashian, while not as directly tied to Diddy as her sisters, has still attended her fair share of his events. Unfortunately for Kim, her name alone attracts attention, and being linked to Diddy right now does not a good look. Even though she might not have been involved in anything shady, just the association is enough to stir up trouble. Hollywood is all about perception, and right now, Diddy's image is far from favorable. In response, there's been talk of Kim trying to stay out of the spotlight for a while, something rare for her. What started as a party scene has turned into a much bigger issue, involving power, control, and money. Diddy has been accused of using these extravagant parties to gain control over those in his circle, and it seems the Kardashians, whether intentionally or not, may have gotten caught up in it. Hollywood is known for its power games and shady dealings, and this situation doesn't appear to be any different. The Kardashians, typically so careful with their public image, might have underestimated the risks they were taking. There's even speculation online that Hulu could pull the plug on Asterisk, keeping up with the Kardashians Asterisk, due to all the negative press. While there's no official word on this, it's easy to understand why the network might be concerned. The Kardashians have built a brand around being the epitome of Hollywood success. Glamorous, powerful, and always ahead of the drama. If they're tied to Diddy's shady dealings, even by association, it could seriously hurt their brand. They've spent years building their empire, and one scandal like this could bring it all crashing down. Do you think celebrities like Diddy and j.lo will ever face real consequences, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.